I'm sure we have all been in this situation. You have a project you're working on, and then this happens. You stare at your phone stares right back. It's almost like it's calling you.
Ben, I know you want it, Ben. Take me to those beautiful hands of yours and let's have some fun.
You try to resist the urge. You have that assignment due in just a few days, and you need to get work done now. But it stares at you again.
Ben, your assignment is due in just 6 days. You still have time. Just hold me for 10 minutes, please.
And then you don't know how your hands start moving to embrace that item of distraction. 10 minutes turn to 30 minutes. 30 minutes turn to an hour. An hour turns to 3 hours. 3 hours turns to 5 hours. And when you snap out of it, it's probably already too late. The damage has been done. Now, we can both agree that Ben in that video was suffering from an acute case of severe disciplinitis. In layman terms, a severe lack of self-discipline. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 things that you are probably doing that is significantly hurting your self-discipline. Now let's get into the video. Now, one of the many things that we do that significantly hurts our self-discipline is that we are using the wrong identity. What does using the wrong identity even mean? Now, what I mean is if you want to be disciplined in any area or any sphere, you need to see yourself as the person who does what you want to discipline yourself to be. Now, the primary reason why athletes have the discipline or the fortitude to wake up at odd hours like 5 a.m. every day to train is because of their identity of being athletes. Bernard. Yes, Ben. So you're basically saying if I don't want to be distracted by my phone, I need to think of myself as someone who doesn't easily get distracted, yeah? Yeah, that's exactly it. Huh, okay. I never actually thought of that. And bro, great work on that video on being indistractable. I really like that video. I'm glad you found it helpful. Okay, let me let you continue. Bye. Bye. Solomon once said, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Now, there's a huge difference between someone who sees themselves as a junk eater trying to eat healthy and someone who sees themselves as a healthy eater eating healthy. Now, one will actually feel like a complete chore and a really difficult task, while another is going to be completely effortless, like clockwork. Now, another thing that significantly hurts your self-discipline is that you are trying to grow plants in a desert. But seriously though, have you ever tried to plant a water lettuce in the Sahara Desert? Okay, even I myself, I haven't tried it, but we can both agree that planting a water lettuce in the Sahara Desert, we're going to be giving that lettuce a really hard time if we try that. And that's the same thing with self-discipline. Your environment matters. Now, let's say I go on Instagram and I'm seeing a lot of fit fams out there, and I make the goal of starting from today, I'm going to eat healthier. And if I take a look at my fridge, it's filled with Mexican burritos, KFC, McDonald's, and like Burger Kings and the rest. I am basically setting myself up for failure because my environment is actually not conducive enough. Now, I know you might be like, isn't that the point of building self-discipline? So I get to resist the urges of distraction when I'm busy doing something important. Well, what most people do not know is that self-discipline is actually a finite resource. And the more you exert your will, the more you actually deplete your stores of discipline. And when you exert your will enough number of times, it's only a matter of time before you succumb to the next temptation. There's a quote by Vladimir Lenin which goes like this: "Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are." Now, another thing that we do that hurts our discipline is that we are traveling with people who want to go in the opposite direction. Now, there's a saying that we are the average of the 5 people that we spend most of our time with. I'm sure you might be wondering, why is the people that I associate with so important to my self-discipline? Now, if you didn't know this, or if you haven't noticed this, we consciously and unconsciously adopt behavior patterns of those closest to us. You probably have that friend who says a particular phrase, and over time you actually end up saying that same phrase, and vice versa. Now, if eating junk food, having zero tolerance for any form of physical activity, staying up late at night watching Netflix is a norm amongst my friends, I think it's safe to say any hopes of me trying to eat healthy, have a gorgeous summer body, and trying to have a decent sleep pattern is basically going to be extremely difficult. An easier way to help your discipline in any field basically is to find someone who is an expert or really deep in that habit that you want to inculcate, and try to absorb that person into your top 5 list of individuals and allow that person to influence you to do what he or she is doing. And guys, if you're getting value from this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. And now let's continue. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. Another way that you are hurting your self-discipline is that you're trying to pull a car using a thread. What do I mean by this? What I'm saying is that your resolve and your why to do something is not strong enough to help you do that thing. Reasons come before results. If you want to eat for 2 hours every day, if you want to go to the gym 5 times a week, if you want to eat 1 kilogram of vegetables and fruits every day, now all these goals or habits are lofty goals, and if you do not have a strong enough cord of a reason why you should lift those goals and accomplish them, you might start for a short period of time only for your determination and motivation to snap because you didn't have a strong enough reason why you really wanted to do those goals, and you basically get off the horse when the going gets tough. Lao Tzu once said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step." A major way that we hurt our self-discipline is that we try to swallow an elephant. Sometimes we tend to set goals only looking at the big picture. And when we do that, we actually make a goal look a whole lot more difficult than it actually is. Now, let's say I want to learn Italian to fluency and I do not even know how to say "how are you" in the language. My vocabulary in the language is basically non-existent. I literally do not know anyone who is from Italy that I can practice with. Me setting that goal as a complete beginner is basically setting myself up for failure. Now, but what I'm meant to do instead is to break that goal down by learning, let's say, 10 sentences every day, by increasing my vocabulary with, like, let's say 10 words a day. Now, that goal broken down into little increments gives you a whole lot more motivation to stick to it than if you looked at it from a broader sense and like easily fall into despair because what you want and where you want to be looks like light years away. And guys, if you haven't hit the like button, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps with the algorithm. And if you gain a ton of value from this video, please share it to someone who you think might enjoy it also. And if you like this video, you may like a video somewhere on the end screen. And remember to always keep it real.